Hello, everyone. First and foremost, I wish you a healthy and happy new year. To get an idea of what awaits our country and its inhabitants in 2026, let's look at the horoscope for Brussels on January the 1st, 2026. What immediately stands out is the placement of the cusps of the angular houses in the last degrees of a sign, corresponding to a critical degree. Furthermore, there are planets on the cusps of the fourth and the seventh houses, creating a large square at the corners, which in itself creates a tense atmosphere. In Chinese astrology, the year 2026 falls under the horse, the fiery horse. This says a lot about what is to come, fiery and impetuous, like a horse. This can be interpreted both positively and negatively. The ascendant falls in Virgo, and its ruler, Mercury, also the ruler of the 10th house, the country's prestige, falls on the cusp of the 4th house in a critical degree, falling in Sagittarius and still square to the ascendant itself. With Mercury on the cusp of the 4th house, much discussion and debate will arise about the country and its position in the world. Because of the square aspect to the ascendant, things can sometimes get heated without a compromise being reached, leaving the original tensions latent. Mercury also forms a square with Neptune, which rules the 7th house and is in its own sign on the cusp of the 7th house. This creates a very strong position for the counterpart of the other party in general. As a result, the country's presentation is weak compared to the others. Neptune squares the MC, which does not create a favorable connection between the others and the country standing. This means that the country's original credibility with the outside world has suffered a significant dent, from which it can struggling to recover. The 4th house contains the Sun, which rules the 11th house. Venus rules the 2nd and the 9th house, and Mars rules the 8th house. The Sun refers to interest groups that are in precarious positions. Venus refers to relations with foreign countries, but also to the vulnerable financial position of Mercury itself. Mars rules to the capital of other invested in our country and continues to play a crucial role in negotiations with others because Saturn, the dispositor of the stellium in Capricorn, evolves to the cusp of the 7th house, signifying the counterparty with whom negotiations must be conducted. Saturn originates in the 6th house, which, much among other things, deals with employment. Due to its conjunction with Neptune, which rules the 7th house, it is under considerable pressure from the counterparty's goodwill, which wants to maintain its strong position. The black moon falls in the 3rd house, which symbolizes negotiations with others. The black moon forms a sextile with Pluto, which itself rules the 3rd house, and both are at 150 degrees of the MC, forming a yacht. A yacht indicates a difficult situation where one is backed into a corner and has difficulty finding a solution. The country's reputation is under pressure from negotiations where one goes to treat lengths to reach a compromise. The black moon opposes retrograde Uranus, which disposits Pluto and rules the fifth house. In the ninth house, and the moon, which also rules the 10th house, also in the ninth house. An opposition indicates a discrepancy that characterizes negotiations with foreign powers due to persistent doubt and suspicion about the practical feasibility of the proposals being discussed. The moon trines Pluto, making negotiations civilized but nevertheless tense. Chiron is on the cusp of the 8th house, square Jupiter, ruler of the 4th. The debate over foreign funds formed the basis of the domestic political struggle. The year 2026 unfolds a tense atmosphere with constant threats. It will be a year of negotiations with members of the same community and with foreign powers, which will not always proceed in an optimal atmosphere.